Did you know that smoking tobacco is one of the top preventable deaths in the United States? It causes cancer almost anywhere you can think of, your stomach, your bladder, your bones, anywhere. And tobacco can make you very dependent on the substance because you get addicted to it because it has nicotine in it, and you get addicted to the nicotine. You depend on it to make you happy and stuff, and then when you go off of it, you get terrible withdrawals, which don't last forever. It just makes you not want to stop because you're addicted to it, and then you try to stop something, and then it's terrible to try to get off of it, and the withdrawals can give you terrible headaches, make you want to smoke more. And one of the worst parts about smoking is secondhand smoking, which is almost just as bad as smoking because you're inhaling the same thing that the smoker is, but you're not doing it. You're getting their smoke from their cigarette. And then the heart diseases that they give you and the respiratory problems, which one of the top respiratory problems it can give you is COPD, and that can make your breathing very difficult. And then the heart diseases, which is a heart attack, or it can result in a stroke. And people should not do it because it causes nothing but problems to not only the smoker, but the people around them, the environment, and the smoker's social life, because some people just don't like smoking like that. They don't want to be around it. And above all, do you know that when you smoke this unhealthy addiction, that you are putting yourself in a high risk of getting cancer? 1 in every 3 cancer patients have smoked or been addicted to cigarettes. And according to www.mayoclinic.org, the use of chewing tobacco and other tobacco products increase the risk of oral cancers, which is like chewing tobacco that can give you mouth cancers almost all over. And the smoking makes up 30% of all health disease death, which is a very high number considering 30 out of 100, and that is just because of smoking. And the 28 chemicals that are found in a cigarette is found cancerous, and people still decide to smoke and put all that chemicals in their body. And smoking tobacco can cause very bad damage to your lungs, which, as I said, the respiratory problems, which can be COPD, and it weakens your immune system, which is very bad in today because we have COVID-19 around. And if you have a weak immune system, you're probably going to catch it, and that will be very bad in like older people situations because that makes the risk for COVID higher to catch. And plus your immune system is already weak, so it's just going to make it worse. And according to www.cancer.org, they say that smoking damages the airways and the small air sacs in your lungs. This damage starts as soon after someone starts smoking, but the problem won't be that noticeable until a few years after, but you will have it. But where you waited so long to get it checked out, it's just going to be worse because you're just not getting symptoms of it, and which is why people get COPD. It makes it hard for them to breathe, and it can result in a stroke, a heart attack. And then tobacco is doing nothing but feeding these bad diseases inside of you, which you have like a chance of getting cancer and stuff anyway. But when you put this stuff in your body, you're just getting a higher risk of getting it. And as well as that, the top reason for death in the USA, that it's one of the top causes for death in the USA, which is terrible because it's a preventable thing that you can do, because you're just putting these things into your body, getting more diseases. And according to www.cdc.gov, cigarette smoking causes more than 480,000 deaths each year in the United States. This is nearly 1 in 5 deaths, which is a preventable death, which is a crazy, outrageous number when you don't even have to do it. And results in more deaths than alcohol use, vehicle wreck, and HIV. And that's all of them. It causes more deaths than a vehicle accident, which is crazy. And all these people are just putting it in their body because it gives you a little buzz, and it's causing nothing but problems for your health. And then furthermore, it causes harm to our environment, which is by the fuses that it releases. It's going into the air, it's going into the land, the water. It affects the plants, animals, and it affects us And why would we want to give that to our environment when we don't have to, and we're just making the environment worse, which many people nowadays are all into recycling and stuff, but this is just making it worse. And according to vapingdaily.com, every step of planting tobacco and disposing tobacco is terrible, because when they are like farming tobacco, I read something where they just leave it, and then when you are disposing of your cigarette that's paper and stuff, it's soaking into the soil, and that can't be good. And the fumes that it is releasing is not good for us to inhale or good for anything. In conclusion, people should not smoke because it affects everything: the person, the environment, the smoker's life, and the terrible problems that it is causing. And if you stop smoking, if you do, it cuts your heart rate. It cuts your rate for having a heart disease in half, and then it lowers your risk for cancer, and it helps save the environment, and it is no positive outcome whatsoever, and it cuts your strokes in half. So if you stop smoking, all these things will be cut in half, and it's not good for you at all. So why do it? And you can help save the environment, and you can help save everything else.